Good evening, or I guess morning, or middle of the day to everyone, depending on when you're listening and where you're listening from. It has been a second. I really gotta stop starting my videos like that. But it's been a while, and I couldn't be happier to be back here, especially in collaboration with one of my wonderful, wonderful friends who I met here through YouTube, cloudart. And today we wanted to walk you all through our processes of trying to recreate these masterpieces from some very, very talented artists. It's been some time, and the reasons have not changed. If you guys have seen my old videos, life and work and everything, I've stopped thinking that it gets in the way, and more of it just occupies more of my mind. Especially with painting. I don't know if you experience this, but when I have a million things on my mind or a million things happening in my life, it can be a little bit scary to sit down and paint. Because when I sit down and paint, everything else kind of just fades away. And when you're surrounded by constant stressors or constant pressures, forgetting about them can be pretty scary. I painted this painting a week or so ago. Actually, at this point, it was probably 3 weeks ago. And it was like I was shocked that I was able to do this in 2 hours, because I think I was just letting out months of just pent up inability to be my artistic self, my true artistic self, which comes through painting. And I cannot even describe the joy I felt just laying this paintbrush down and being so free with the brush strokes. And I was so happy with my work, and it can be hard to be positive for your own work. But I think I was able to, not because this is perfect, this is not a perfect study by any means. The colors aren't exactly the same, the proportions aren't the same, but it was so liberating, seriously. I know that there's a lot of people who sometimes they just want to hear those of us on the internet talk about random things. Sometimes you want to hear us talk about our lives or our inspirations with art. I wanted to say, and I don't remember if I said it in my previous video, I was walking through an art museum and I looked at the art and I saw it. And I've never done that before. I've never seen art the way I did when I was walking through this museum. Because instead of just seeing it as, oh, this is something that somebody did, I saw it by the value of the work. And not the monetary value that somebody gave it at a later point, but looking at the little lines that showed me where each brushstroke was. Looking at the tiniest blending that is completely invisible to the naked eye. But when you sit for hours, and I would like to maybe one day do the math, you sit for hours creating paintings. It doesn't matter if you think they're good. It doesn't matter if anybody else does. You're still sitting there putting in the thought and the time and the effort. And it's really beautiful because it shows you what the lives of these people were like, and it adds life to the paintings you see in museums. It's not just a portrait, it's not just a study, it's not just a meadow, it's someone sat there for hours or days, weeks, years even, and they put their time into that. And I don't know, something about that is just so comforting to me, because that's something that is not necessarily unique to painting. I would say that that's something people in all different areas of life and work, and especially art, experience, but I think there is something unique about it in painting, because you remember every brushstroke. And I know that sounds a little silly, but you do. And as I watch this video back, as I record this, I remember exactly the moments on the podcast that I was hearing when I painted this. But I want to take you back to about a year ago, when tragedy strikes and about 6 hours of footage was lost. I'm telling you this because I really, really don't want you to have to experience it as well. Don't buy cheap USBs on Amazon, because you'll lose 6 hours of your work because you think it's been copied over, and it hasn't. So the time I spent painting these women, this is by John William Waterhouse. This is a Waterhouse painting, and I adore it. I think it is so mystical, so beautiful, and I was so proud of myself for just sitting down for 8.5 hours and painting this. And the original goal of this was to, make a video painting masterpieces in a day or something like that, which, I don't know, maybe that'll be the title of this video, but the point of it wasn't to try and rush perfection, because I really do think Waterhouse's work is perfection, but I would never expect that from myself. But it was instead, it was a test to see if I truly focused in, could I let this art come to life so much faster than I normally would? And the answer was yes. And I was happy with the result. Again, wasn't expecting perfection from myself, but it pushed me and it taught me a new way of art. And I think that's what's so important about doing these varied studies. In the past, I've done Sargent studies. I've tried to paint in the way that, Sorolla would paint, or I don't know. I don't remember the other ones I did. It's been a while since I've been on here, but with Waterhouse and earlier in the video with Bouguereau, I really wanted to try and imitate their colors and the complexion of the women and the people in their photos, and to try and bring out that same feeling that it gives me. There's a really specific feeling I get when I look at this painting, and I think I get that same feeling when I look at my own, and that is so much more valuable to me than making a carbon copy, making it perfect. And the feeling of your own painting coming to life, I don't know. I can't even describe it. And I haven't been doing this for very long. I really can't describe the feeling of, what it feels like to paint and just let yourself go. Not in a way that you go crazy, but in a way of, man, I put my work into this, and I've been growing and I've been improving. I think I was kind of all over the place with this video today, but it's okay. I really, really hope you liked it. I hope you liked seeing some of these processes. I'm sorry you couldn't see more of this one. And now I know not to buy from that brand on Amazon. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please go see cloudart's video. It will be linked down below, right at the top of the description. And I will see you hopefully very soon. Bye.